Okay. Good morning to everyone. I think I owe it to the ICI bit na kayo na maunang tumanggap ng interview. Dahil kung hindi, mamaya ang dai-dai ng tawag sa akin since last night. At sabi ko, I think I owe it to you guys who have been here since we started. So, yan,
Very good, Brad.
Anyway, let me start. I'd like to explain that I believe my role was to provide the technical aspects of DPWH process from project identification to implementation, pati yung budget process for both local and OTA, from central office, regional, district, as the implementing office. I thought I'd explain that because yung process na yun, doon nagkaroon ng mga kalokohan. So, I had to do that in front of several government agencies like DOJ, OMB, AMLAC, SEC, Central Bank, BIR, BOC, among others. Because otherwise, yung learning curve nila masyadong matagal. So if we're able to explain to them exactly the whole process and where were the loopholes that were taken advantage of. I did the same to Secretary Vince Dizon as he was coming in, together with this new team of senior officials of DPWH. In fact, I think you must have picked it up that myself and Secretary Ping, we spent the whole morning with them in Clark to precisely explain the process. At more importantly, saan ba yung mga loopholes in the DPWH? And we also gave him exactly what recommendations to plug those possible situations. No? And again, very clear to my mind was what I explained to them, no? Yung 5 R's. Right project ba yan? Right cost ba yan? Right quality ba yan? Right on time ba yan? And done by the right people. No? And we also explained to him that during my period, and 2010 to 2016, including the time when Secretary Ping was DPWH Secretary, we always made sure that yung ABC, yung amount, total budget for the contract, publicize, hindi sekreto yan. So that people know or bidders know exactly what is the budget, plus minus. Kung you're outside that plus or minus band, then you're considered stray bid, hindi ka tatanggapin. The other information that we gave to DPWH was we adopted an important document as part of the bid submissions of contractors, what we refer to as the integrity pledge. That for you to be able to bid as a contractor, you commit to certain proper procedures, not to engage in corrupt practices. Part of your documents yan. If you don't submit that, we will not allow you to bid. Okay? So, very clear 5 R's that we referred to for good governance and anti-corruption program. Okay, this was what I felt I had to contribute to ICI, including the recommendations to precisely address saan nangyari yung mga problema. I think you must have heard that during our time, 50 million ang level of authority ng district engineer. Biglang lumobo to 150, tapos yung regional office naging 400, kaya wala nang nakikitang local project sa head office kung hindi yung foreign assisted na lang. China-chap-chap na sa baba. So those were the major recommendations, and I think you must have heard that Secretary Vince has already reduced the level of authority of the district offices and the regional offices. Now, at the ICI level, we also accepted and agreed that because the legal process dito sa Pilipinas, several layers. From prosecution, building up cases, dalahin sa ombudsman to Sandigan Bayan. Medyo mahaba yon. And I kept mentioning, including meetings with the legislators, two gold standards for anti-corruption. I will keep repeating this: the ICAC of Hong Kong and the CPIB of Singapore. What is the major change in those two gold standards? All in one. Hindi na pasa-pasa. There's only one agency, from foreclosure to lockdown to hanggang kulong, isang agency lang. Okay. Now, unfortunately, ICI was created, I would imagine, as an urgent matter. Kulang sa budget, walang budget, nasa dyaryo yung budget, wala sa amin. Ganon sitwasyon. So, what we wanted to convey was ICI, as it is today, does not have enough powers to be able to execute as quickly as we can what we need to do. And that's why I am appealing to members of Congress, both the House and the Senate, ipasa nyo na yung IPC, Independent People's Commission at the Senate level, and the ICAIC, which is at the lower house version. They committed that they will pass it before the end of the year. So hopefully by the end of the year, we will now have a much stronger independent commission with proper powers and authorities that ICI does not have. Now, because precisely of the long legal process, we had to resort to administrative measures. That's why we have been meeting with some 20 government agencies that have some administrative remedies. For example, classic example, yung Philippine Competition Commission. They can penalize bidders that are involved in bidding of rigs. At the first instance, 100 million, growing all the way to 250 million for every rig bidding. So the other one would be yung forfeiture of assets, freezing of assets, yung mga air assets included, as well as under declaration of ITRs of corporations. Hindi nakikita ng BIR dati yung total amount of contracts except what is submitted by the corporations as their income tax. So you must have heard of BIR running after back taxes and penalties. So with that, there's now in place, with the initiative of Chairman Andy Reyes, the creation of a technical working group that met, I believe some of you were present during the early portion of the TWG, where all the agencies were agreed to deadlines for future. Kailan yan? You have to submit within 7 days to the agencies involved. So, heavily dependent on AMLA, for future, at saka yung mga decisions so that their assets would be taken back to the Philippines. Yung mga ganun discussions. No? Now, so with both the legal, as I mentioned, na medyo matatagalan, administrative measures become very, very important. And this has to be reported regularly to the public para hindi naman nila parang walang nangyayari. But hopefully, by now, the public understands that hindi ICI yung magpapakulong. We are part of the legal process. Ours, by EO 94, we help in the investigation, prepare cases so that we can refer them to the Ombudsman, and the Ombudsman will use them for filing. Now, with that said, what ICI needs now is a strong team to go over boxes of documents. I think you must have seen boxes being delivered here. So they have to now be processed so that they can be looked into individually and who were the people responsible for whatever is the finding in those cases. We are very appreciative of the support given to us by PNP AFP because they provided some 64 ground investigation teams to ICI, which ICI does not have. Up to today, I think wala akong nasusweldo din sa mga volunteers dito. Now, okay, so that's the kind of work that is urgently needed by ICI. In addition to the urgency of both houses passing the new ICI version. So I hope people understand that ICI on its own cannot solely carry the burden. We need the support of other government institutions, particularly at this time, both houses of Congress, the Senate and the lower house. So we are appealing to leadership of the House and the Senate to please pass that before the year ends. Okay. Now, aside from all of what I've said, which is a very stressful situation, as you probably know, I'm here almost every day, Monday to Friday, early in the morning till late afternoons. What I thought was going to be a commission work, which means when there are hearings, you're here, but that's not the case. Because as an engineer, I have to study all the applicable laws that are related to ICI hearings. Now, so because of the stress, my 77-year-old body cannot take it anymore. That's the other half of the situation. I've been in and out of the hospital. I just came from a medical workout this early, so alam niyo na, pagka nag-medical workout ka, jeta ka ng 10 hours. No? Maaga kang nagigising, blood extraction. This is the first time in my life that I've been asked to take maintenance medication for heart, high BP, for high cholesterol, high creatinine, name it, everything is red flag in my body. Ayan, may tumatawag na naman, sabihin din. So, please try to understand that it's not that I don't want to serve. It is just that my body and also the stress on my family, we are not used to this heavy stress, including heavy security for the family's safety. So I hope, and I wish that people will understand the reason for my resignation. I feel that I've done what I have to do for ICI, but I have to also answer to the needs of my family, family concerns, and my own personal life. I want to get back my privacy. Hindi na ako makagalaw ng hindi na re-recognize sa labas, ano? Kahit na i-AI ko niya yung mukha ko, ganun pa rin. No? So, just to put the record on straight, I have submitted my irrevocable resignation, which takes effect December 15. But I have promised Chairman Andy Reyes that I will make myself available, hopefully not beyond December 31st, but at any point in time that there's any need for my services in terms of technical, marami naman may contribute sa legal, no? So I'll make myself available. That's what I committed to the ICI commissioners. So with that, I'm open to questions. Sige, sir. Ikaw muna.
Sir, I mean, your meaning nagsasabi kasi sir na it has something to do with the output of the ICI in terms of maybe people who are recommended charge.
What do you mean?
For example, may mga lawmakers, devices, sir. How do you find the findings of the ICI yesterday with regard to the senators? Do you agree with that, or if it were up to you, it would have been a stronger recommendation?
No, as I said, I will leave that matter to the lawyers. No? Ayaw ko namang pangunahan yung mga former justice. Our chairman himself has been through this. We have surrounded by lawyers. Our executive director himself has been in the Supreme Court. So, as an engineer, hindi na dapat makialam dyan. Whatever documents that they have found and sufficient, and whatever probable reasons or cases, that's a legal matter. I cannot comment on that.
Sir.
Hi sir, good morning. Lance po from News Watch Plus. Sir, my first question, have you personally talked with the President about your resignation?
No, but I have submitted and I have addressed the letter to the Office of the President.
Second question, sir, there were some lawmakers din na malungkot din sa pagbibigay niyo sa pwesto, but there are also some saying na ICI is dead without you in the commission.
I don't think that's a fair statement. It's a commission work. I'm just one of 3 members. So, but again, let me repeat, the burden of this problem cannot rely solely on ICI. We need strong support from the Office of the President. We need strong support from both houses of Congress. Otherwise, on its own, without the necessary powers, unfortunately, it will not move as fast as we want to.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
EJ po from Philippine Star. Just for the record, sorry. Sorry. I know. Kailan pa po kayo, sabi niyo po kanina nag-maintenance, and do you have any sickness that has factored into your decision for resigning?
Medical findings.
Yeah.
Gusto niyo makakita yung red flag na results ko, labas-pasok ako sa medical. High cholesterol, high blood pressure, which I've never experienced. Kaya parang akong high parating
And that exacerbate because of your...
the stress. I'm not a lawyer, so I have to do double time in terms of bringing home documents, starting cases. Otherwise, ligaw naman ako. No? So, I think people here who know me, even at the DPWH days, I come in prepared. I read the documents, I am ready with what is going to be discussed. I have a long list of prepared items that I need to know before even isalang yung hearing or whoever is invited as guest.
And sir, help us reconcile mo kasi kahapon maraming nagpa-interview regarding mukhang nasabi niyo na doon yung mga plano niyo sa kanila. Like for example, Jacinto Paracel in an interview
Chismoso
na...
yun. Kayo naman,
And then Eka Elise also said that you texted him na...
hindi
parang
kami
what-
nag-text. Nagkita kami sa restaurant. He was together with people that I don't even want to identify.
Why?
Wow.
Because I don't know them. But we were having quiet lunch with some friends from school. Nakita ko siya. And since ako naman, I think most of you know, I am colorless. Wala akong kulay. Hindi ako dilaw, hindi ako verde, hindi ako pula. My work has always been that way. What had to be done, regardless of color. So, I just went and greeted him. That was it. Oh, sabi niya, ano pang ginagawa mo dyan? Huwag ka mag-alala, malapit na. Yun.
Sir Isa Cotoner from Bomboracho, Philippines. Sir, some are asking, have you encountered any political interference dito po sa pag-resign nyo? O meron po kayong somehow, sabi nga nila, kung napigilan po ba kayo going to the big fish na tinutukoy?
No, definitely. In fact, I have always been advocating sa commission that we should focus on the top. We don't want to focus on the small fries. Collateral na yan. Let us focus on the top because I think people expect that.
Sir, sinabi nyo kanina na yung ICI ay somehow wala pa rin talagang lakas, kaya nga po nag-a-appeal kayo sa Congress as well as Senate na ipasa na nga po. No? Yung susunod na magiging commissioner po, if ever, ano po dapat ang paglayin niyang traits for example?
I think we've gone through all the versions. Dapat justice. No? Dapat court proceedings pa rin ang masunod as a court. No? So, has to be a former justice, Supreme Court or any of the other courts. But definitely has to be a lawyer with a lot of experience, especially in prosecution.
Sir, TJ Mendoza from Net25. Sir, earlier, parang around October, nagdalito lang yung sinabi ni EJ no, na Representative Edgar Alan Harrison na sinasabi na
Elise.
Elise, oh yes po, na parang he said na there's a commissioner in the ICI losing hope kaya magsasubmit ng resignation and we waited then walang nangyari na nag-resign around that time. Then kahapon, nag-resign po kayo, sir. Sir, may I know,
Okay.
ask,
Candidly, when I accepted the job, sabi ko, I think my role here is good for 3 months. Alam ni Justice Andy Reyes yan. I am good for 3 months. I will dedicate much time, explain the situation, the process, etc. And we will be able to understand fully what happened. And I think people understand what happened. Without the connivance of several entities, hindi naman mangyayari ito.
Sir, good morning. Juan Antonio po from IBC News. Sir, can we get the confirmation that you will be taking part as one of the advisor for DPWH as confirmed by Secretary Citizen?
Ever since naman, DPWH has been close to my heart. No? Anyone sitting official of DPWH, I've always been open to giving advice. You know? So, especially so, because if you recall, ako yung tinatarget sa DPWH. You know? And fortunately, napapayag namin si Vince Dizon. So, in fairness to him, I want to help him as much as I can. Even today, nagte-text siya kagabi, hindi ko na lang makuha dahil talagang uso na yung ulo ko.
Good morning, sir, sa
Yes.
Commissioner. Ako po si Ernest from One News. I just want to ask, dugtong ko lang po doon about kay Representative Elisea, about the phone call now. He said that there, no, na parang magiging washing machine or punching bag daw kayo ng publiko, no? And parang sinabi niyo daw po na parang bakit niyo daw po iniris yung inyong buhay para linisin ang kalat ng Malacanang. Any confirmation
Hindi
or
naman, hindi
clarification?
naman kalat lang ng Malacanang ito, no? Kalat ng buong Pilipinas. I mean, this will not happen without connivance of several offices, no? Including the agency where I served for 6 full years. No? Kaya ako nalulungkot. No? And I keep repeating, even today, I will repeat it again in front of all of you. The total master plan for flood control for the 18 major river basins. Kala nyo 18 lang yon. But the 18 major river basins cover 63 provinces nationwide. Kasi pag sinabi mo, Cagayan River Basin, ang daming probinsya niyan. Magmula sa Cordillera hanggang doon sa dulo. No? Pag sinabi mo, Pampanga River Basin, ilang probinsya sakop niyan? Nueva Ecija, Tarlac, Bulacan, Pampanga, all the way to Manila Bay. So hanggang part of Metro Manila. So when I say 18 major river basins, it covers 63 provinces. Yun ang kisasama ng loob ko. The cost of the budget allocated for flood control, nakawin na nila yung iba. 1.7 trillion was allocated for flood control alone during the last 10 years, 2016 to 2025. Those 18 major river basins could have been implemented over a 3-4 year period for only 800 to 900 billion pesos. Hindi ba sa kasamaan loob natin yun? Kalahati lang man sana niyan, ginamit nila ng tama, di nasolve yung problema on flooding. Di ba? Kaya isipin niyo, hayaan mo na yung iba. Pagkano yung lumabas na 1 trillion, ilang trillion yung na-budget over the last 10 years. 1.7 na lang sana itinabi nila. Tinabi nila, hindi pa din ginamit ng tama.
Okay. Sir, pero yung kay Representative
Mas
washing
lalo
machine
yung
and punching bag. But they confirm that, yung washing machine and punching bag daw. ang
Hindi naman punching bag siguro.
How did you say it?
So, ano doon ko?
How did you say that?
Yeah, or how did you say it back so that we can understand?
Hindi, let's put it this way. Usapang matino. Lumabas yung ICI 94, PO 94. Walang budget. Okay. Kumbaga, o lumabag ka sa gera, solve mo yung problema, hindi ka naman binigyan ng armas. O, ano nangyari sa'yo? Binakatiwang-wang ka. No? You cannot defend yourself. You have no powers. Mag-imbita ka kung ayaw pumunta. Wala ka nang magagawa. You don't even have your powers. Gusto mong magpaalisin ang isang tao. We don't have that. We have to go to court for a whole departure order. O ano nangyari? Nakaalis. Sisisihin pa kami doon. Punching bag ka na naman. Ba't hindi nyo pinigilan? Wala na kami power to stop that guy from leaving. That's what I mean. Ang liwanag naman nun. No? So, we were absorbing a lot of the flack for something that we have no power to do. Pakulong nyo yan, yung kurakot. Wala naman kami power na magpakulong. O di, sino sinisip? ICI. Ang bagal nyo. You must be protecting the big fish. You must be protecting somebody. So, binato ng lahat sa ICI. That's what I meant when I discussed it with Congressman Elise.
Yes, sir, good morning. RD Balbenan from PTV. Sir, you said that you will try to make yourself available for the commission even until December 31st at most. So will you...
Kahit na beyond.
Okay. So, sir, I'll just ask, will you still be attending the upcoming hearings
No more.
scheduled?
No more. Redundant na. Wala naman pakialam po dun. Magtotoga ka pa, hindi na lang.
Okay. So, for example, sir, like yung hearing ni Congressman Sandro Marcos, hindi na po kayo mag-participate.
No, but whenever he comes before the 15th, I'll still be around.
Pero sa hearings po, wala.
No, even in the hearings up to the 15th, I'm still obligated as a member of ICI. I'm still a commissioner until the 15th. Midnight of the 15th to be exact.
So, sir, today's in Kongsan.
Just to clarify lang, yung lahat ng hearings na naka-schedule before December 15 ay attend pa kayo?
I have to attend. I am committed as until the 15th of December, midnight. Yes, sir.
Secretary, good morning. Johnson po from ABS-CBN.
Of course.
This morning, I talked to Mayor Benji Magana, and he said as early as November, may decision na po kayo to resign. Is that true?
Well, because I have been discussing my work here, I can complete in 3 months. So, maliwanag yun. 3 months. September, October, November, December. 4 months na nga yun.
And sir, we just need a categorical statement na po. Is there a pressure coming from somebody or someone from outside the ICI for you to step down because
No.
the investigation is...
My wife. Someone, sabi mo, my wife. And my children.
Kung sinabi.
Ang sabi nila, kung ikaw gusto magpapako, huwag mo na kami ila.
Nagsasabay ka.
Okay? Because I've taken all the flack. I accepted DPWH. I accepted kung ano-anong assignments dyan, leaving a lucrative private sector position. Hindi naman ako mahilig magpayaman. I live a very simple life. Hindi ako maloko sa buhay. Gusto mo, puros tayo noodle cup na lang eh.
Pwede ba sa inyo, sir?
Cholesterol.
Bawal nga lang dahil puros salty yun eh. So ngayon, wala na. Tubig na lang ngayon.
Sir, would you recommend somebody to the president for equation?
Ay, mahirap yun. Kakarbuhin ko pa yung pamilya. I did not even bring a full-time staff here because precisely my timeline was 3 months. Eh pagka nang ang dami gusto mag-volunteer, we want to be your staff, etc. Unang-una, iiwanan mo yung sweldo mo. Wala naman kaming sweldo ibibigay sa'yo dito. No? O paano, kailangan pakainin pa kita. So, you don't see any staff that I have.
Sir, last na lang. After your ICI stint, how do you plan to spend your time outside ICI?
I still have a lot of things in my personal advocacy. And I want to be able to get my private life back.
Thank you. Good luck.
Sir, has anyone threatened you? I mean, may security threats to kayo, pamilya?
Wala.
Wow.
So far, ha? Maisipan yan dahil tinanong mo. That's it. Last two, sige.
Sir, sorry, you mentioned in an interview that you were very investigating ES Bersamin and Secretary Kamandangan. Sa intindi ko po, bago pa sila mag-resign, ano yung trigger sa investigation?
Well, lumalabas na yung mga pangalan kasi. No? Alam niyo naman yun. Adrian Bersamin, Paul Aybar, Daman, parang hindi niyo alam.
Pero sir, may investigation na kayo kay ES per sa main at Vincent Manganap?
We were hoping to invite them because my sense is mahirap to charge without sufficient opportunity for whoever's accused to give their side. Of course, as I said, engineer ako. Whether that process has to be followed to the letter is something else that I leave to the lawyers in ICI. But as a matter of principle, someone accused has to be given an opportunity to explain, either in writing or in person.
Secretary, good morning po. Sip po of DZMM. Secretary, ano po yung masasabi niyo regarding dun sa calls na since sinabi mo nga po you want the big fishes to be under investigation po, yung possibility of President Bongbong Marcos to be investigated by the ICI as well?
I keep saying wherever the evidence leads.